First, Crazy Diamond. The era of the battle medic begins here. Appearing at the start of Diamond is unbreakable. This stand redefines what it means to be a protagonist in the Jojo universe. Until this point, heroes were destroyers. Josuke Higashikata is a restorer. Crazy Diamond does not merely heal, it reverts matter to a previous state. If a wall is smashed, he returns it to a pristine wall. If a body is blown apart, he snaps the limbs back into place. Its speed is comparable to Star Platinum, allowing Josuke to heal faster than the eye can track. Throughout the Part 4 arcs, this ability transforms the narrative. During the Nijimura brothers arc, Josuke heals Okuyasu, an enemy who just tried to kill him, instantly securing a lifelong ally. Against Yoshikage Kira, he reconstructs Hayato Kawajiri's body after it was disintegrated by a bomb, a feat that borders on resurrection. However, it has one critical defining weakness. Josuke cannot heal himself. If he takes damage, he stays damaged. Furthermore, he cannot revive the dead or cure illness. He can fix a broken bone, but he cannot fix a stopped heart. Second, Golden Experience. Introduced in the first arc of Vento Aureo, Giorno Giovanna's stand offers a philosophically different approach to healing. While Crazy Diamond repairs the old, Golden Experience creates the new. Technically, this is not a healing stand. It is a life-giving stand. Giorno discovers during the babyface fight that he can turn inanimate objects, like bullets or stones, into living flesh, organs, and nerves. He doesn't stitch a wound. He fills the hole with entirely new tissue. This distinction is crucial in the White Album and Green Day arcs. When Mista is riddled with bullets or frozen by Ghiaccio, Giorno essentially performs instant transplant surgery on the battlefield. It is significantly more painful than Crazy Diamond's restoration and takes longer to integrate, but it allows Giorno to replace lost limbs entirely. Its ultimate evolution, Golden Experience Requiem, transcends this concept entirely, reverting actions to zero rather than just matter, effectively healing reality itself from Diavolo's interference. Third, Pearl Jam. This stand appears in the middle of Diamond is Unbreakable and the thus spoke Kishibe Rohan one-shot Poaching Seashore. It belongs to Tonio Trussardi, and it is the franchise's only true medical stand. Pearl Jam manifests as small tomato-like entities inside food. It does not fix trauma, it cures pathology. By eating Tonio's specific dishes, users can have their eyesight fixed, cavities ejected, and chronic fatigue scrubbed away. The process is visceral. Eyeballs dry up and pop out to be replaced by fresh ones. Teeth explode to make room for new growth. But the result is total restoration. In the canon one-shot Poaching Seashore, we learn the dark origin of this power. Tonio did not develop this just to be a good chef. He sought a cure for his beloved Virginia, who was suffering from a terminal brain tumor. He risked imprisonment to poach legendary abalone, proving that for Tonio, healing is an act of desperate, sacrificial love. Fourth, Stone Free, Jolyne Cujoh's stand. Debuting in the Green Dolphin Street Prison arc of Stone Ocean, proves that healing is a survival skill. Unlike the magical restoration of her predecessors, Jolyne's healing is mechanical and gritty. Stone Free allows Jolyne to unravel her body into string. She uses this not to restore tissue, but to suture it. Throughout Part 6, specifically during the Planet Waves and Sea Moon fights, Jolyne manually stitches her own wounds shut to stop bleeding. It is not true regeneration, it is damage control. This healing reflects the brutal nature of Part 6. Jolyne doesn't have a team medic. She has to be her own surgeon while actively fighting. It allows her to survive injuries that would incapacitate anyone else, effectively holding her body together through sheer will and tension. Fifth, Metallica. Introduced during the Assassination Team arc of Vento Aureo, Risotto Nero's stand turns the concept of healing into a horror show. Metallica controls iron magnetism. While primarily an assassination tool used to form razor blades inside enemies, Risotto uses it defensively in his duel with Doppio. After his foot is severed by scissors, Risotto uses Metallica to magnetically fuse the iron in his blood, stapling his foot back onto his leg. This is arguably the most painful form of healing in the series. It relies on the iron present in the blood and environment. It is crude, metallic, and desperate, perfectly fitting an assassin who cannot afford to show weakness. 6th, Cream Starter. Appearing in Steel Ball Run, this stand belongs to Hot Pants. It represents the concept of flesh spray. Cream Starter manifests as a simple spray can. When triggered, it sprays a foam-like substance that is actually human flesh. Hot Pants uses this to fill wounds, fuse broken bones, and even modify bodies for disguise. Unlike Crazy Diamond, this mass has to come from somewhere. Hot Pants often converts her own body mass into the spray, literally sacrificing pieces of herself to heal Gyro and Johnny. This mechanic introduces a resource cost to healing. If she uses too much, she withers. It is a finite resource, emphasizing the Steel Ball Run theme that miracles require sacrifice. 7th, The Cure. This is a non-canonical stand from the light novel Jojo's Bizarre Adventure the So, Golden Heart, Golden Ring. It belongs to Coniglio, a young girl in Venice during the events of Part 5. The Cure is a small rabbit-like entity. It does not fix wounds, it absorbs them. When Coniglio holds a dying or injured person, the Cure transfers their physical damage and emotional trauma into itself. The terrifying cost here is accumulation. As it heals the population of Venice, the Cure grows larger and more grotesque, eventually becoming a kaiju-sized monstrosity weighed down by the city's collective pain. It serves as a dark metaphor for the psychological toll of being a healer, absorbing the world's suffering until it crushes you. 8th, Cinderella. Back in Diamond is unbreakable. Aya Tsuji's stand offers cosmetic restoration. While not a combat medic, she uses Cinderella to replace body parts and alter faces. This is technically a form of transplant surgery. During the Yukako Yamagishi arc, she completely reconstructs Yukako's face and body features. While intended for beauty, the mechanics allow for the replacement of damaged features, provided the user can maintain the specific rules of the stand. It is healing via equivalent exchange of features. 9th, Foo Fighters. A sentient colony of plankton from Stone Ocean, FF is a unique case. Possessing the body of a dead prisoner, FF can heal others by injecting parts of its own plankton colony into their wounds. This is seen repeatedly as FF keeps Jolyne and Hermes alive. The healing is actually FF sacrificing its own body mass to plug the holes in its allies. It is a finite existence. Every time FF heals someone, it loses a part of its soul and memory, making its role as the team medic a slow, tragic suicide. 10th, Dr. Wu. In Jojo Leon, Dr. Wu Tomoki represents the corruption of healing. His stand allows him to disintegrate into gravel and dust. He combines this with the equivalent exchange properties of the Lokakaka fruit. He enters the bodies of his patients to perform unethical surgeries from the inside out. While he technically heals them, he often grafts foreign material or creates parasitic relationships for his own gain. It is the medical profession stripped of ethics, using restoration as a method of control. 11th, Awaking the Third. Leaves. Also in Jojolian, Mitsuba Higashikata uses this vector-based stand. It creates arrows that redirect energy and force. While primarily for defense, Mitsuba uses the vectors to physically force foreign contaminants and poisons out of her body. During the Dr. Wu arc, she uses these arrows to reject the gravel dust invading her system. It is healing via rejection, purging the body of anything that doesn't belong. 12th, Heaven's Door. Rohan Kishibe's stand in Diamond is unbreakable, and his spin-offs is theoretically the most powerful healer, though rarely used as such. By writing, "this person is not injured," or "this person will not die," he can manipulate reality. In the Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan episode, Mutsukabe Hill, he writes commands to prevent a corpse from bleeding, effectively pausing biological processes. While he rarely uses it to fix broken bones, the potential to simply rewrite a person's physical state exists, limited only by Rohan's arrogance and desire to observe reality rather than fix it. 13th, Diver Down. In Stone Ocean, Narciso Anasui's stand offers invasive internal restructuring. Diver down phases. Inside bodies, manipulating bones and organs. Anasui uses it as a tactical combat medic, absorbing damage for allies and surgically repairing their injuries from the inside.